Here's the man who'll sort it out. Alf, your song. What do you reckon it's all about?
Well, I reckon it's about time for another drink.
Ethel, Edmund, bed. Oh, no more. Edmund, got school in the morning?
No.
What?
I'm not going back.
You failed. How could you fail?
Perhaps I'm not as clever as you think.
Then you'll take it again.
No.
Edmund?
How many times do I have to say it? I'm done with school.
You can say what you like. You need that exam. And you won't leave school without it.
I only need it to do the things that you want me to do. Be a bookkeeper, be a lawyer's clerk, be a counter jumper. I don't need it to go on the land.
Oh, Edmund, grow up and look around you. A man's wage on the land is 10 shillings. That's half of what your father brings in, and God knows we struggle. Poverty is no disgrace, but only a fool would choose it.
Then maybe I'm a fool.
No, you're just a silly little boy trying to sound like a man. And you don't understand what you're talking about.
All right, that's enough. Tomorrow, after you've been to school, we'll talk about this properly. For now, you get to bed. And you might want to consider that belittling a man, humiliating him, is not the best way to win him over.
He's not a man. He's a child.
What about me? My husband won't dance. My husband won't do anything that would dent his overinflated sense of dignity, his foolish masculine pride.
Robert, I was teasing. It was a joke.
No, Emma. I was the joke.
So quiet.
'Tis now the neighbours have stopped their rowing. What do you suppose it was about?
I don't know. Raised voices in like Robert and Emma. I meant it's quiet without Alfie and the little uns.
Now they're gone, perhaps we should be thinking about something to give you a bit of company.
Like what?
I ain't really given it any consideration. How about a nice little still?
A still? How's that going to keep me company?
Well, now we haven't got the Alices cluttering up the place, we could put the still in the house. And if we put the still in the house, it naturally follows that I shall be in the house. They're keeping you company.
A brewing up moonshine, more like.
Both. It all bad, is it? Us having the place to ourselves again. It's been a long, weary while since I could lay my head on a soft bosom without finding some child's got there before me. I reckon it was the master in that song was behind it all. Crafty old bugger paid the gypsy to come calling so as he could have the joy of the house to himself again.
Think if I paid the gypsies, they might take you off my hands. No. Gypsies wouldn't have you.
believe a man is allowed to sniff when he has a head cold.
But perhaps not in time to the music.
My apologies. I was not aware I was being so percussive. Margaret? Ma'am?
Safe round, Thomas.
I would not wish you to contract whatever contagion is causing me to sniff so displeasingly.
Thomas Brown!
I put all the burnt pieces to one side so they're easy to avoid.
Thank you, Minnie. That was very considerate of you. Thank you.
Mum?
I was wondering, Minnie, what you would like to be when you are a woman grown.
Why, I shall be your housekeeper.
But is that what you want?
Miss Lynn, please don't turn me off. I don't burn the toast hardly at all now. And little man, you tell her about your eggs. The inside is cooked every day now, almost every day.
What is this nonsense about turning you off? I am merely asking how you see yourself in, say, 5 years.
Older?
10 years?
With nicer clothes and a bigger bosom. And maybe children.
Ah, and where will they live?
Oh, in my room with me. Well, I couldn't leave them in the street, could I? That's not the way things are done.
Sydney, if a person were going to become a wife and a mother, what do you suppose they would need to know?
Is the person Minnie?
I didn't know it until last night, but she was born to it. To keep her here as a housekeeper all her days would be like...
locking up the girl in our song, so she never met the gypsy.
Exactly.
I think perhaps she must learn to dance. Properly. So that she can meet her husband.
You are quite right.
She must be able to make cakes. And sew holes in trousers. And never leave her children.
Little man, I believe we have a plan.